What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the IBEX Music Group podcast. This is episode 2 in chronological order. However, we happen to shoot this episode on a day where Blossom Complex is dead because of dose numero 2. So, it's just your boy Hodder in the booth today, interviewing Mike Cannz, and any technical difficulties you can pretty much blame on me. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the IBEX Music Group podcast. I'm here with my guest today, Mike Cannz, rapper, actor, branding and marketing expert, and brand ambassador from beautiful Toronto, Canada. Mike, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, brother? I appreciate you having me on the show.
No, man, we're glad to have you. We've been lucky enough to have a couple people be on the show over Zoom over the last few weeks, so it's been exciting. But, man, let's dive right into it. I want to talk about this new single you just dropped on July 9th, Look at Me.
Yes, man. So far, Look at Me is doing good. We've hit already over 30K streams in about a week and a half. So far, I'm not going to lie, man, this has been the best single release. I know we always put out new singles all the time. We always say it's the best one, but
yeah,
the response I've been getting from it in terms of just the engagement from people, the fans, the supporters, the community, my team and stuff like that. And just from like the new people in this world, that are hearing me for the first time, the response, the engagement has just really been different from all of my other singles. And Look at Me is just really, I feel, is on track to be the best one yet.
No, man, I agree. Even just listen to it. Once we set things up, like last week, I was listening back to the single, trying to figure out how we're going to talk about it. And it's got such a cool sound, man. It's definitely got that new hip hop sound, but not in the sense that everybody's dropping new music nowadays and all sounds the same. Mm-hmm. Look at Me has that different sound. It is very, very Mike Cannz. I don't know how else to sum that up, but you definitely went in there and attacked that song differently. You still have that Toronto sound, but you do it in your own unique way.
I think that's what we have to do now, right? Like as artists, we need to find, of course, like music is music, right? Yep. And it's very, has a structure in a sense you can say, but how can we bring our twist to it? How can we make it a little bit different? And I feel with Look at Me, it's definitely, my best sounded track. Everything just hits, in my opinion, like perfectly. Like, the hook, it just has like a catch to it that when you hear it, it's almost like, how can you not like it? And how can you not turn, or how can you not, move to it? Right. And I feel like the confidence in myself at this period of time, is what skyrocketed my confidence, right? Like all my other tracks, I was confident, but this one, I just came with a different energy. Like I'm more grounded in who I am and knowing who I want to be. And I was just really taking on that character, which is me. And just
big time. You can hear it too. You have such a confident cadence. Like you manage to execute your confidence and your stance of where you're at in your career currently without coming off as cocky, which is like such a fine line to walk, and you executed it so well.
Appreciate that, brother. And we have to, right? Like we need to inspire the people, and I want to motivate people by just, hoping that when they hear this track, it makes them want to get motivated and inspire themselves to do whatever it is. If it's music, if it's acting, if it's anything in the entertainment world, or even just in their own world, man, just to see like, we all have our own success regardless of what lane or what industry that we're in.
No, absolutely. And like I said too, like you're rapping about where you're at in music and in your career endeavors, but at the same point in time, you're able to back it up and give clear examples of like, man, this is what I'm doing. This is how I got there. And this is this is where I'm going. This is my point of trajectory. So that's what I found really cool about Look at Me, was that you literally laid it all out and you were like, man, listen, like I'm rapping, I'm acting, I've got business on lock, and I can literally back it up and show you examples about how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and where we're going. It's a dope track, man. It's a dope track.
Appreciate that, brother. I hope it was good enough to make the playlist.
Oh, dude, it will be on the playlist. It's been on the playlist for the last, like I say, week and a half now. I've been fucking running that through my daily. So tell me about the production side of it. Like, who would you work with? Do you have a team that you normally work with? What was from start to finish, what was the vibe? What was the inspiration behind it?
100%. So my team, I have my own personal management team. We've been grinding for the last few years, building together, on all areas, myself as an artist, my personal brand, my music, my business side of things, rolling out releases. It's called MT Music Group. We got Mike T, we got TJ, and we got Janssen. Janssen's the producer. He's my engineer. He's the one, that's brought that beat to life for me. Nice. Now, where this track actually was created, it's kind of funny. I have an interesting process, and sometimes my process changes every single time, but it was a late night. I was out for a walk, like I always go. My late nights or my early days when I go for a walk, it's my time to reflect. It's my time to visualize. It's my time to think and brainstorm about whatever's going on in my life at that time, right? And sometimes I catch a vibe, and I did. And I was like, you know what? I want to scroll through some beats. And I was going through YouTube, just, one beat at a time. And then out of nowhere, this beat came, and I was like, when you click as an artist, like you hear that beat, you hear that sound, you're like, yo, this connects to me instantaneously. Yeah, and I started writing, and I'm not going to lie, man, that one was so quick to write in about 45 minutes to an hour to get like the layout to it. And of course, come back to it later to, tweak it and stuff like that. But in like 45 minutes to an hour, man, I just wrote it. And when I was writing, man, I was by my old school, which was my elementary school, which is in my neighborhood. And I was just hanging around the grounds at like maybe 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. And this beat came on, and I was just like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, look at me, check me out. Look at a kid. And then I heard that, and I was like, yo, that's it. And then honestly, it's almost like as an artist, man, when you're in that writing process, it's like you block out the outside world and you just go in. And I just literally just started writing about a lot of confidence and just really just trying to put it out there and just be like, how can I just make people's energy get raised? How can I turn them up? And I just feel like anybody reading this or hearing this, right, is going to feel that emotion and feel that expression. And I really just laid out the lyrics in a term of just motivating, inspiring people, and just really showing people, like Mike Cannz is here. Like, this is a statement piece. Like when you hear this track, or even my friend said, he's like, yo, if anybody asks who Mike Cannz is, this is the one. This is the one I'm going to show who you are. Yeah. And I just feel like that really showed people who I am, what I'm about, my energy, my confidence, and really just showing that I'm here and I'm here forever. And, it's like, I'm going to just get better and get better and get better. But as I wrote that track and then, I laid it out, I was like, yo, this is it. I went back to my home studio. I recorded a reference because, of course, once you write it, you got to record it somehow. You need to either go record it on your phone in a voice note or whatever it may be. So you don't forget the flow. You don't forget like the melody if you created one or just anything, right?
No, absolutely.
And then on my next studio session, it was around my birthday, actually. Or actually, no, it was right on my birthday in 2019. Yeah. So I've had this track in the vault for quite some time, and I brought it to my team. And that's usually what I do is like, once I create something, I'm like, yo, I need to bring this one to life. Go in the studio, sit down with the team. I show it to them, and they're like, yeah, this is a hit. So we sat there, we created our own beat around it. We made it original, and, we definitely made a couple changes, a couple tweaks to some of the lines, even that part in the hook after like the main hook where it's kind of choppy and broken up. You know what part I'm talking about?
Yep.
That was freestyled.
Oh, and really?
We were in the studio and they were like, yo, don't repeat the hook twice. When we were starting to, just tweak up the lines, tweak up the track, and then I'm starting to record. And they were like, yo, just do something there. Like, we don't want to repeat the hook. Like, do something different. Yeah. And I swear, bro, I literally just went in and I was like, okay, let me just see what I feel. And I just chopped it up. I just chopped up the lyrics of the recognize not who I was, but who I is. And I just started chopping that up. And then by the end of it in one take, they were like, yo, that's dope. And then literally, bro, mixing it, mastering it, getting that all together, just, back and forth between the team until we had the mix. And then I left it on the vault. I left it in the vault for basically a year. COVID kind of delayed a lot of things. And I had other singles that I wanted to put out before Look At Me came. And I also just didn't feel Look At Me's time was quite yet until a few months ago. I'm like, yo, boys, it's time. Like, I want Look At Me to come out.
Yeah, you want people looking at you now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like we're getting good traction. Things are picking up. It feels right in terms of the timing, and it's a good follow up from the last track that we put out that I felt like really showed a statement of who I am. Again, was So What, just really speaking my truth and speaking my story. And I was like, I think this is a great follow up to that one to continue on that story on that line. And we have, of course, more to come out to follow. But then I was like, yo, we need to get this mastered. Like we obviously do a main mix and we do like a little mastering, but I was like, yo, we need to get an engineer that is going to master this track. Look at me. So
Yeah.
we hired somebody to really go into the studio and take the track, take the final mix and just master it, raising those volumes. And it was my first time actually doing a track in terms of mastering it to that extent. And it just made the song just well-rounded and had a great sound to it. And then we just sat down and we planned out the rollout, planned out, the playlisting that we want to go, the TikTok dance that we created the whole campaign from the street promo to the paid promo to the social promo, got everything together as a team. And honestly, man, we're like, now we just wait. And then July 9th came, everything dropped. All the content's been pushing, response has been great. And it's just about now waiting and just like seeing what it does. And I usually give myself 3 months back and say, what did it do? And even still, you come back to a couple years later too, right? Like you never know when stuff can pop. People's songs that have been out for years pop.
No, absolutely. That's it too. You can be listening to something for months and months, and then next thing you know, it's fucking #1 charting on the radio, right?
Exactly. So I try not to dwell. Yeah, of course we want numbers. Of course we want results. Like it's in our DNA. Like we want that. Like I do want that. Yeah. But I got to learn how to detach from that result in a sense to be like, yes, I want it, but I can't live every day like if I don't get it, I'm unhappy or I'm not grateful for it. Right. Like we still need to be, building and working because there's always gonna be new releases that I have. We don't know what the world is doing, right? Because it's almost like you got to let it take its course, right? Like what's if maybe people are not online for a few days and they didn't see it. And then like maybe a couple weeks later, now they're online, now they see it. And then maybe they really liked it in that mood and then they shared it to a friend, or maybe they were around a few friends. So it's almost just really learning to have that patience. And that's something I have learned over the last few years. And I'm constantly still learning just to have patience, like when it comes to these releases and to the process of what we do in this industry. If we don't have patience, I think that's like the #1 thing that we need.
Oh, absolutely. So now to go back to your whole process of rolling it out with your team, for the listeners of the show, what are some tips that you would give anybody listening to the show today, like that you found was the most effective way to market and promote your music and help get it to, like you say, 30,000 streams within like 2 weeks? Invest in
yourself. If you believe in yourself, you believe in your product, invest. And that doesn't even count to just money. That's my time. That's my energy that I'm investing all 3 of those into it and just giving it the best that I can in each moment and just creating a well-rounded campaign. Because sometimes I feel artists, they'll just post the cover art on Instagram and then maybe do a little Spotify promo and then they wonder what's going on. You need to create a well-rounded campaign. And there's those 3 pillars. You got the street promo, which is, really just getting out there with the people or going on live or whatever it may be. And I've done both for this release and my old releases to really connect to those supporters in your community on more a one-on-one basis rather than just a picture or they find you somewhere through an ad or on a playlist, is to really connect with those people and develop those relationships that you have those supporters that are already following you, regardless if it's only a handful, keep developing those relationships because those are the people that are really connecting and showing that love and support. To then follow with your social campaign to create dope content to post on your social media, which has been all the content that you've been seeing me post on my Instagram, from me rapping in front of the fireworks, me rapping in my studio, to the TikTok dances that we've put out on TikTok with the people that have been doing that. And what's been great about it is then people have also been sharing it on their pages. So that gives me more content to just share on my page and on my stories to show like, wow, like, for the last 2 weeks, Mike's page on wall posts, story posts, Facebook, all that has just been blasted, right? With all this content, focusing it on Look at Me and keeping people's minds there. And then, of course, doing some paid promo. After you have your social content ready, like have your paid promo. Invest into, if you want to do Spotify playlisting, there's those routes. You got Apple Music playlisting. You got YouTube playlisting if you're dropping a video with it, for an example, or you run ads, or just you want to build up that organic base. It's just really finding and just creating a well-rounded campaign to engage with as many people as you can. Because if somebody follows me on all platforms and they see me, they see me on the release radar on Spotify, and then they open up Instagram, they see me again with the same song, that's more on their mind to say, okay, I want to check it out, or creates a deeper connection with that person. And that's the whole thing that we're trying to do, is create connections between the artists and their fans. It's like 2 friends. So that would be my advice when it comes to, you know, a rollout. Just have a great plan, write it down. Like I will literally write out my day one pre-promo post on Instagram and Facebook and all that to the day it all ends on paper. And when we go back and forth with the team, just to make it the best that we can. Of course, you know, we would love to slap it and put it out there to the world. If we could put thousands and thousands of dollars behind it, or even some of these artists out here have hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars of budgets. But it's also just about working with what you have right now and doing the best that you can do. Because the way I look at this is I'm building my house right now still. You know, it's brick by brick building your house until eventually you have a full-blown house that's fully functional, and now you can use it and leverage it for bigger things. And I feel that's the mindset I've used for myself to realize, like, I'm building still. Yes, I'm on.
Absolutely.
But we're building. And it's
absolutely. And that's what a lot of people don't realize too, is like you say, people post something, like the album cover, and then they'll sponsor a post and they might post something to their story. But a lot of people forget that, like, man, like, you got to be at this every day. And like you say, invest your time, show up. Like, if you want this to be a job, you got to show up to work to get paid.
Yeah.
So that's dope. And we have the same sort of process here at IBEX. Whenever we're rolling out anything, we do, like, myself and other IBEX execs and the artist will sit down and lay out a full fucking marketing plan. Like, this is like just like a rough idea. Like, what we do is, like, we literally have a document here of, like, the whole release information, from name of release, when the mixes are due, the mastering's due, when submission is due, artwork, photo shoot, photos, bio, what's our music video? Are we doing one? Is there a director, concept, contract, release date, budget, marketing? Our marketing is huge. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, media, like, and it goes on and on and on. And then more in depth, what we're doing. Are we dropping merch with this? Like, so like you say, and to anybody listening right now, don't expect your shit to blow up like overnight. You know, if you want to see the pay, you got to show up to work. No, Mike, I'm glad to hear you say that too, because, like, it's clearly paying off for you, man. 30,000 streams in 2 weeks, like, that's wicked. From an independent artist in Canada, you're out here defying those odds right off the bat, which is dope.
I appreciate that, brother. And honestly, I just tell people too, is like, marketing creates awareness. Just create as much awareness as possible. Like, I have, like, this is not to, like, boast, but, like, I have, like, a good 1,000 people's phone numbers in my phone.
Yeah.
I go,
man, networking is huge.
Network. And I just send it out to everybody. Like, you know, like, I'll literally send them a mass text in a sense, but I actually send it out individually to everybody. And because if I have your number, that means we've connected in some sort of way in life. Yeah. And, you know, maybe you're not the person I text every day, but if I heard from you, or if we saw each other, like, you know, you're still a friend that we've created. That was that, you know, that special moment. And I send you my link to my song. And I also create that connection again, because it's very direct. Rather than maybe hoping they see it on Instagram or seeing it on Facebook, because maybe they just didn't see it. Maybe the algorithm didn't reach them. But at least with a phone, I can text you directly with the link, with a snippet, and hopefully start up a conversation again. Some people I do get a response from, and we get into a little interaction, and that only, to me, develops those connections deeper.
Well, that's dope, man. Now, I want to dive in a little bit more. We've heard a lot about the song Look at Me. We know Mike Cannz as a rapper. Let's hear more about Mike Cannz as the artist, too, because, like, man, you're into everything. You got, like I said at the beginning of the show, rapper, actor, branding and marketing expert, brand ambassador. Tell me about your acting. I see you've got IMBD credits back, like, 2015, as late as, what is it, 2019, maybe?
Yeah, it's been a few years. So actually, the funny thing is, man, acting is actually what started me from, like, day one. Like, that's what kind of got me. Was that. Okay. And I really was, you know, in elementary school, I was in high school, and everybody was always like, yo, Mike, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? I'm like, an actor. You know, I want to be on TV. And, you know, that dream never stopped. Like, ever since I can remember as a child, my mom told me, like, I was always performing for the family, getting on the stage, doing an act, dancing, singing, rap, whatever the case may be. So I knew this. I was born into this life. I was born into this world. So I knew that's what I was destined to be. And in elementary school and high school, I always took drama. I got the drama award for elementary school, and I got the drama award out of my high school as well. I was like the only person in that area. So it's like, that one person out of everybody that really wants to go that far. And, I went to college to Sheridan College for 1 year for performing arts. And then I went to Seneca College at York University for 2 years for film and television to really just dive in and get more training on that. And of course, in those times, like I was working on my music on the background, but I also feel like acting and music goes together. Like you're a performer, you're an entertainer, you're just being you. The way you deliver your art is just a little bit different, right? So I feel like it's benefiting all around to be able to know how to add emotion, add that character to everything that I do, regardless of just through my music and acting. But I was just really just training myself to be an actor at first until I started to say, okay, I want to do both.
Yeah.
Came out of college, graduated after 3 years, and I was like, here we go. I got an agent. I worked with my agent for a couple of years, didn't really work out, split up, found another agent, got me a couple little gigs. I booked 3 TV shows. They were very small roles, but you know what? As a beginning for my first time ever, like I took what I can get. I was very grateful for it.
No, absolutely. Learn how to, learn the ropes of the industry, so to speak, right?
Exactly. They're not going to give you the lead role right off the bat is what I told myself, but that's my goal, right? I was aiming for it. So I booked a few TV shows, booking them. They were aired online. I booked a Bell Media CFL commercial as well, where I got a moment to be a part of that commercial. They put that on TV. That was cool. And then my best one, I actually got this on my own. I was no representation, no agent. I applied for it myself. I applied for a featured film. Because I was like, you know what, let's go for it. And lo and behold, after well over a month's process from the day I submitted, and I submitted late, bro. I submitted late, and I still got the audition. I auditioned for 2 roles, for Mark and for Chris. And I remember one morning after going through that audition, I had an interview with the casting director, the producers and stuff like that. Even the writer was there. And I woke up one morning and I knew it was around the time that, they said they'll let us all know. And it was down to 3 people, bro. That's why I had that interview. We're down to 3 people. It's you and 2 other guys were thinking, Mike, to go for this role. We just wanted to talk to you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm putting it out there in the universe, like it feels right. Like this feels like this is the one.
Yeah.
And I woke up one morning, opened up my phone, and I saw a message on my phone right there. I didn't open it up. It says, Mike, we just wanted to let you, and it stopped there. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, fuck.
So I opened up the email, and it just says, Mike, we would like to let you know we have booked you to play the lead role for the lead male in our feature film called Hostage.
Nice.
And they flew me out to Montreal for literally a month. And I was shooting nights. We were shooting literally 5, sometimes 6 days a week from like 7 p.m. at night till about 7 in the morning, 12, 13 hours days for literally almost a month of my life. Amazing experience to get firsthand, to just be on set and not just have like a one line or be in a commercial that you're just there. Like I was the lead male. Right.
That's wicked, dude.
I was the right hand to the star of the movie because it was based on a storyline about this girl. And I was the right hand to that. Like that was throughout the whole movie. And essentially I'm tied up in a chair other than the entrance part at the beginning and at the ending as well. But throughout the whole movie, man, I'm literally tied up in a chair being mentally and physically abused from this family.
Holy shit.
Amazing. But good news is what I've seen on IMDb when I looked at the movie is it's been picked up and sold by a distributor. And I started looking up online and I started seeing a lot of press come online from that company saying releasing 2021. So this could be the year that it comes out, and I'm hoping it does because I'm really excited to see it. There is a trailer on IMDb.
Oh, I checked it out, man. I want to see this movie. That was my follow-up question is how do I find this movie?
You gotta wait, man. I'm still waiting, but don't worry. The second that I know it's out, you'll know it's out. Like my family, my friends, and everyone's like, so what's going on with this movie? I'm like,
yeah.
I keep getting the same question over and over and over. And I'm like, trust me, if you keep asking me and I haven't told you it's out, like, trust me, you will know. Like,
yeah, you will know when it comes.
Yeah. The second I know, like, I'm texting everybody, guys. Yeah. Movies coming out this day, and I even plan to do like a premiere, like my own premiere in a sense, right? Like, bring the family, bring the friends, bring the community, bring my team and stuff like that. Just create an environment, create an event for a night, and just put on the movie for free and just let everybody enjoy it, and make it a networking event, make it a good time for people just to enjoy life and get to see me on the big screen. And I'm really excited for that myself. The trailer gets me going. I'm like, this looks dope, and it just always reminds me of like when we shot it. It was a great experience, man.
So I want to dive into one more thing right here, and then we'll let you go for the afternoon. Let's talk about your business endeavors. So like every artist, and particularly in rap, because rap is all about like, oh, let me get this bread. But like, everybody starts out with that intention. It doesn't always see success. You've seen success. You've put in the work. You're starting to reap the benefits of it. You're on your Jay-Z shit now. So like, how does it feel to be an artist, be handling your business, and what got you going in that direction?
Well, to start off, it feels good. It feels good, man.
Yeah, I bet.
It has its ups and downs. I'm not going to sit here and make it seem it's all sunshine and rainbows. Like, it is hard. To be an artist, first off, it's probably the hardest industry and role to ever take on, and the entertainment world to follow. And to be an entrepreneur, as you know yourself, because you are one, that's a lot of hard right there. So
yeah,
I just knew that, being an artist, I looked at it from a different perspective. I was like, being an artist is no different than being an athlete or an entrepreneur. We're all the same. It's just the different lane that we're in. So then that made me think, I'm like, okay, if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a small business owner. And then now if I'm a small business owner, I'm running business. And I feel artists that, of course you need to have the mindset and stay in that lane as the artist in your creative space. But you also need to understand there is a business element to the music business where you want to make money and you want to scale it and you want to like be successful. Yeah. I think my mindset back when I was younger about success, it was about partying, girls, and the wrong things. And nothing was moving in my career until I really took it seriously. And I started prioritizing what's most important, which was investing in myself, investing into my business, because I really need this to happen. This is my dream. And I just realized I needed to find a way to leverage what I've created thus far, because there's going to be so many other things that I'm going to do. And I think as artists, when you start building up credibility, value, and leverage to your brand and to yourself as an artist, and that business concept right there, yes, there's so many ways, you can make money through streams, performances, and all those type of things. But how can we leverage it in other ways to make more money, regardless if it's doing a brand deal, maybe you want to do a one-off record deal, or opening up your own businesses? I was like, why not find a way to leverage what I know and who I am and pass that value to other people? And I think that's the thing that I wanted to do, is serve others, provide value to other people in their life, even if it's that one small piece. That's value that they needed in their life. And I wanted to be that role and just start mentoring and helping up and coming artists that, maybe don't have any knowledge, any resources, any experience to build in this world. And I wanted to fill that spot because it made me think about when I was a kid. No family, no friends, nobody in my circle was in the entertainment world that was able to connect me or help me or guide me. I literally had to go out there and learn on my own. Failed a lot, made mistakes, lost a lot of money, lost a lot of time, wasted a lot of energy. But now I'm on the right track and it's paying off, because those were learning curves. Those were those moments that built me up to where I am today so I can be successful. And I was like, I want to create a place for these artists that was once me and provide them that value, that guidance, those resources to at least know that they don't have to get screwed over by all these other companies or people that are, reaping off these artists that don't know anything, and they're losing time, energy, and money. And I'm like, no. Like, I need to create something that's going to help them. And it really just made me open up my mindset to becoming a businessman, to start partnering up with other companies to provide as much value as possible. And that's when 1010 Entertainment came to life, man. 1010 has been a dream for the last probably 8 to 10 years. It was a thought. It was an idea. I had the logo. I just never executed it.
No, man. And for anybody listening on the show, like, Mike has been my go-to guy for marketing and really anything, connecting on my socials, how to market myself, how to, just further my network and further who I communicate with, how I communicate with people, how I work with them. And I can vouch for you, Mike, and the fact that like nobody works harder than you that has reached out to me, and I get messages every hour on the hour of like, man, I can make you blow up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, like, kindly fuck off. But like, you hit me up months ago and you were like, man, like, I like what you're doing. I think I can help you. And like, dude, like everything you know, you're just a wealth of knowledge.
I appreciate it, man.
So like to anybody that is listening, I would definitely recommend going and checking out Mike Cannz and 1010, and just seeing what they have in store, what they can offer. Because definitely dope. A great sense of community. We've had a couple podcast guests on the show that we've gotten just by me sending out that message in the group chat, being like, "Yo, does anybody want to hop on the show?" So if anybody is looking for just that little bit of extra knowledge, extra sense of community, man, hit up Mike. Check out 1010 because like you said, Mike, it definitely helps. There's a lot of people who don't have family or connections within the industry, and like to try and build that shit up by yourself is fucking impossible.
Yeah. It's building up a business and creating that whole new lifestyle. It's difficult, but it's all possible if you just, it starts with you. And
absolutely.
Artists just need to really find ways to just build up their business because you don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want to waste time if possible, right? Like, it's natural to have ups and downs, but definitely building a business around what you got to go I think that's what the industry is built off of. How can you leverage what you've created?
Absolutely.
And how many ways? So I would love to bring any new artists into the community just to have that foundation, just to have that support and have other people that are like-minded individuals just like you in the same lane doing their own thing. And you get to network with them, connect with them, support one another, but then also get to tap into, working with me and my other partners that I've created of professionals in this industry to pour value into you and mentor you. And then just getting resources to actually just market yourself online from, the Spotify that we do, Instagram, YouTube playlisting, ads, press, and so much more. Just provide as much value for these artists at an early stage. Maybe they don't use it all, but to know that they have it for life is a good feeling.
No, absolutely. All right. I want to hit you with one more question, then we'll wrap up our show today, and we're going to end out on your new single. This is my favorite question to ask artists. I ask it every now and then throughout the show. Very philosophical question. Are you a coffee guy, a tea guy, or a tequila guy?
Definitely not tea.
Okay.
I don't like tea at all. I feel like it just doesn't have any flavor.
You heard it here first, folks. Mike Cannz, fuck tea.
But I will say coffee in a sense, but I'm an espresso kind of guy. I'm Italian.
Okay.
I at least have a couple cups a day, one when I wake up, one throughout the day, and then one right after dinner. You got to have a little sugar in there.
Yep.
Cup. I have my own cup with the M on it, bro. So,
yes, sir.
I sip on. I actually had one right before we got on this podcast.
Nice.
And tequila. I like it when it's a certain night.
Yeah.
Got to be a certain vibe. And when my release came out on the Friday, on the 9th, on the Thursday, I was doing tequila shots. And
that's fair.
Reading.
So Mike Cannz, the rapper, is all about tequila. Mike Cannz, the businessman actor, is all about coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd actually say that. Yeah, 100%. I like the way you put that.
Dope. I dig it, man. I dig it. All right, buddy. Well, that's all we got in store for today. So we're going to outro on this new track. Normally we do a freestyle, but Blossom Complex is dead today. Got the second dose for this vaccine. Went for the Wi-Fi update and that microchip. So, they're feeling under the weather today. But, man, we're going to outro on your new single, Look at Me.
Let's do it.
Peace, brother. Thanks for coming into the show today.
I appreciate you guys for having me, man.
Y'all to produce, diamonds the booth.
Looking at me, check me out, look at the kid. Looking at me, make the moves, look at the list. Looking at me, I'm a boss, got a biz. Recognize who I was, but who I is. Looking at me, check me out, look at the kid. Looking at me, made the moves, look at the list. Looking at me, I'm a boss, got a biz. Recognize who I was, but who I is. Recognize who I is. Who I is, yeah. Recognize who I recognize who I was, but who I is, yeah. I'm your favorite artist, you don't even know. I'm your favorite artist, yet I haven't even blown. Drop a couple singles, yeah, I think I'm on a roll. I be moving skirt, but I think I'm moving slow. caught a vibe, yeah, I think I'm on a wave. Now they're looking at me, but they don't know what to say. Talking back to me, put you in your place. I got no time for people being fake. Red alert, ring the bell. Got some big news, okay, boy, then hit my cell. You thought I wouldn't be here if I never fell. To the ones that done me wrong, yeah, I'm doing well. Please don't hit me up and text me. Chill out, you be acting thirsty. Not trying to deal with Coke or Pepsi. I got cash too, so cut me a check, please. Look at me, check me out, look at the kid. Look at me, made the moves, look at the list. Look at me, I'm a boss, got a biz. Recognize who I was by who I is. Recognize who I is. Who I is, yeah. Recognize who I was, recognize who I was by who I is, yeah. Working in the arts, I'm a prospect. Sitting on the charts one day, no, I called it. This was planned out for a long time coming. I'm here now and I plan on going platinum. Play your cards smart, you better play it right. Stop playing me, I'm not like every other guy. Hard roads I know, I got the range to ride. I'm not afraid to risk it all to see the other side. Bro said stay loyal. Look at me, I don't know ya. Why you hating? Why you trolling? But yet you still on my page and keep scrolling. Freezing, just hold it. Y'all got it, chokers on the coldest. Too much EA think I stole it. Everything I touch, it goes golden. Look at me, check me out, look at the kid. Look at me, made the moves, look at the list. Look at me, I'm a boss, got a biz. Recognize who I was by who I is. Recognize who I is. Who I is, yeah. Recognize who I was, recognize who I was, but who I is, yeah.